Good morning, everybody. Happy Monday. I can't believe that it's Monday. I hope everyone had a good weekend. I'm Melody. I am in Salt Lake City with Caterpillar. I'm in my home studio today. Had a crazy weekend, but that's okay. Some weekends are I was just chatting with Eric. Some weekends are for resting. Some weekends are for getting a whole lot of stuff done. And some weekends end up getting just a little bit crazy. My weekend was full of a lot of those things. So I hope that you guys all had a really good weekend. We're excited that you're joining us. Thank you for doing that. We had fun live Friday, Keisha and I. That was a great time. Bethany is trying to join us this morning. She's having a little bit of technical issues in Nashville. She got to go away. There she is. Yay. She got to go away for the weekend and sew all weekend. And I was so jealous of that. The whole weekend, all the crazy my whole, my Saturday was running here, running there, plans to do this, plans to do that. And I just kept thinking of Bethany, thinking, oh, if I could just be sitting and crafting instead, that would be great.
I'm not gonna lie.
I had a baby shower.
It didn't suck.
Yeah, no, I'm sure not. It's kind of a restful, but re-energizing, fun thing when you get to set a block of time aside to do that kind of stuff.
It filled my cup. I don't know another way to put it other than it truly just to spend time with friends and that also like to sew, and we all live in 3 different states, and I had met one of the people in our group in person before, but I hadn't met the other person. So we all convened into a central location and had booked an Airbnb, and we've been planning this for 8 months. We've been looking forward to this for a long time. And so we all
been counting down the days most of the year.
Yeah. Yeah. And I had so much fun. It was just instant comfortability, and just we literally rearranged the furniture in this Airbnb. I took photos before we did, so we'd know where everything went back. But we brought all these tables. We set up all of our machines. We even had a machine in the kitchen on the counter. I cooked all the dinners. Because I love to cook. And so, we just had the best time. We had beautiful weather until the last day. It was kind of rainy. So we just it was just so fun. We weren't there to explore the city we were in, because it was a city none of us had ever been to. And it's not a city that normally is a driver for attractions. It was just the central location, because I'm in Nashville and one of the people was up in Duluth, Minnesota, and it was the halfway point, so we could all drive there. And it was so fun.
Right.
I did it.
That's so great. And you know what? I think
I came back.
That's good. But you know what? Picking a place like that is the best, because then you don't feel like you're missing anything. You can really just stay in and hunker down and do all this stuff. I think that's so great.
We did explore local quilt shops. So whenever we travel, we always try to support local shops when we can.
That's great.
But yeah, it was super fun. We had a good time. So
that's awesome.
I needed that. And I secretly took the sew along kit that we're starting this week. By the way, we're starting this project this week. So if you have your kit, get it ready, get it out. You don't need to do anything in advance. There was a blog and email that should have gone out last week with a list of supplies that doesn't come with the kit. The kit comes with all the fabric for the top and the binding, but this has applique. So there's definitely some other supplies that you're going to need. And so Corey with Linda's and I put together a supply list. It's on our website in a blog post. Maybe Eric can drop a link to that in the chat, so that if you haven't ordered or had gone through that supply list to see what you already have and then get what you need. But you're definitely going to need a few things to do this. So I've been prepping this kit on my trip, and awesome. I'm really excited about it.
I'm excited too. I pulled mine out. I read through the directions. I got some stuff that I didn't have. I ordered some things, so I'm there with you. But we are very grateful for everybody that is joining us from New York and Virginia. I saw a couple of different ones, and I missed who it was, but she said she finished her puzzle mystery quilts this weekend, and I agree. I would love to see those too. So do please go post those in our Facebook group, our Caterpillar Creations Hub Facebook group. I posted last week that I finished my last sew along that we did. I have it right here.
You did. I have mine.
I
have both of mine right here.
Yeah. So I finished the sew along that we did. It doesn't look like Bethany's because mine was wrong. And so I added spacers to it so you couldn't tell that they weren't going to match up.
Flare.
I did. I added an extra bit.
I actually really like it. I think because it's such a busy, scrappy quilt that it really frames it in. I actually really like it.
I'm pretty happy with it. And I actually quilted it. I actually did the quilting, Bethany. You'd be so proud of me.
I'm so proud.
And they're getting straighter. My quilting lines are getting straighter. And so I'm getting better. I'm getting there.
You know, if you wash it, it gets that crinkle kind of effect, wash and dry it. And then it doesn't matter if your lines are straight or not. Nobody's going to be able to tell. Quilting is a very forgiving craft, believe it or not. Now, Eric just posted a QR code on our screen. If you want to scan that, that's to the blog post to check that supply list. Corey was so nice to create a special link with everything we need just for this project on his website. And he gave us a code for 10% off if you want to order from Linda's, which is who Corey is with. So, yeah, go get what you need. Yeah. We put some things on there, like some fun colored threads. Those things are definitely optional. You're going to see me throw in some different options and make your brain spin a little bit with some fun ideas. But there are some staples that you're going to need, like some sort of double-sided fusible bond, like a Heaton bond, or there's so many other brands. So there's definitely some tools in there that we're going to be featuring. There's also our Caterpillar tools, and I would show you mine, but they're in the living room because I was working on it last night after I drove home yesterday. And I didn't have a time to grab them this morning, but I was using my Premium 2 light board because I can go sit in my recliner and with my light board, and I was tracing out all of my Christmas trees on my Heaton bond, getting it prepped and ready for this week. So I was working on it last night. So yeah, we have all sorts of tools. We're going to be using our glass mat, all sorts of tools. If you want a good bundle, the applique bundle is the bundle that we're going to be using probably the most in this sew along.
I don't think the applique bundle is live on the site because it was for our Fall Fest, but I can put it back live on the site.
Well, you can build your own bundle.
Or you can build your, and that is actually kind of what we were talking about today is our Black Friday specials coming up, and the ones that have already started and the ones that are coming up. We wanted to talk about that a little bit again today. We've been talking about that quite a bit. Catherine, are we able to get the patterns for the Christmas kits? I didn't want to purchase the kit since I already have so much Christmas fabric to use.
Catherine, the kits are from Riley Blake, so you can go see if they have the pattern by itself. I don't know. We purchased the kits from Riley Blake, and it includes the pattern. But I can tell you that this is the Tannenbaum patch quilt kit.
Riley Blake has a ton of patterns and free patterns and all that on their site. You might be able to find it there. We don't know. We're not allowed to pull, because we bought them as a kit, we're not allowed to pull the patterns out separately. That's a copyright violation, unfortunately.
This quilt was designed by Jay Wecker Frisch. I'm going to put that in the chat because I don't even know if I said that right. And it's not spelled how it's, so I'll put the name of the pattern here. It's Riley Blake. I can type today. The
Tannenbaum quilt kit.
Patch quilt. And the designer was... She also designed the fabric for this quilt as well. So cool. So usually Riley Blake's fabric designers will also design a quilt to go with their fabrics. And so anyways, I just put it in the chat. If you want to go see if on their website or if that designer sells the pattern, you can go check that out. So this one person said it will be really cozy with Minky on the back.
That's a really, I think they're talking about the puzzle quilts that they were making. The puzzle mystery quilts. I think that's what that's about. They're chatting about that, which I think is great. And I love that you guys are going to post those in the Facebook group because we would really love to see it. But please post any questions that you guys have. We will be happy to answer those as we go along today, because we don't have a particular craft we're showing today. It's not a sew along day. It's not a make of this day. We just want to chat with you and touch base and see how you're all doing and make sure your weekend was good and crazy like ours. I think there was a question asking how many trees that I got done this weekend, which is so very sweet of you. I really appreciate you asking. I love that. I did get my foyer completed with the tree because if you guys were here, I think it was last Monday, I think I told you that I messed up where the trees were supposed to go. And the one I had left for the foyer was too short for my foyer. So I had to wait to finish it until I ordered another one. But it came on Friday. And so I was able to finish the foyer Friday night when my grandson was here Friday night. And he stays with us sometimes over the weekends. My daughter's a single mom, and so he comes and hangs out with us, which is lovely. And he was playing video games, and I was like, "It's time for bed." And he's like, "But Mimi," he calls me Mimi, which is so cute. But he's like, "Mimi, but it's the weekend." And I was like, "Okay, you stay up. You have as much time to stay up later as I do to finish this tree. That's the deal. So as soon as I'm done with this,
everybody's going to bed.
Everybody's going to bed." And so he was able to stay up a little later, and I was able to get that finished. So that's finished. So now right now I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 finished and 2 in process. I put 2 on the porch. Those are the ones that are in process right now because I was able to take the Halloween down and start the Christmas process there. So that's where I'm at right now. So if I get those done, then I only have 3 more and 4 more now because I have to do one for here in my little room. So I'm trucking along. I'm rolling. I'm getting them done.
I feel like such a slacker because I'm normally a November 1st decorator, but I had so much going on that I told myself if I get the Christmas down, I'll use that as a distraction. And I had some deadlines. So I was like, I am not getting it down. And then I ended up going on my trip. So I still haven't gotten my Christmas down.
That's okay.
Yeah. We also renovated our bathroom this weekend while I was gone. Brett put in all new tile on the wall and floor. And so my house is kind of a construction zone right now. It's like everything's got a nice.
That's so hard when that happens. It's so great and exciting when you do stuff like that, but it's so hard.
Pretty.
I feel a little bit like that because my house feels like a construction zone because Christmas is staged everywhere in every nook and cranny that I can possibly put it in that's not going to interfere with our lives.
Well, and I don't want to put up the Christmas until everything's cleaned up and done because it's just going to get dusty. So, Lisa, you should post your Christmas trees in our Facebook group. Melody keeps saying she's going to post.
I will. I went to them this week and I went to go take a photo, but if I could see all the clutter of everything else, and I didn't like that.
Yeah,
I didn't like that. So I've got to get everything put away first. Bethany, I don't know if you got to watch our Keisha's and my live on Friday, I think I've sort of figured out the camera. This camera that I'm using today, I took up to Keisha's house to do the live on Friday, and we talk with our hands so much. We kept turning on and off the tracking of the camera, and it kept following different ones of us to different places. And
Eric says it was chaotic and fun.
It was fun and it was funny. We had a great time, but it was I felt really bad because it would move over here and then it would move over there and all of that, but it was good. It was all good. Yes.
I love how Lisa says that you can come to my house to do my trees because you have lots of time now that you're so far ahead. So much time. I would love it if you came and decorated my trees. I am the one having camera issues today, and that's why I was late. I couldn't get my main camera to turn on.
Yeah. Bethany was switching her cameras around. But I would love to come do anybody's tree. I was at a baby shower for Keisha. Keisha's having a new grandbaby coming, so we were at that baby shower to her daughter-in-law's side of the family on Saturday. And they hadn't started decorating Christmas there either. And Nicole, her daughter-in-law, was like, "Oh, Melody will come do your trees for you. She loves that." So
everybody's pawning you out. I love it.
Sure, I could do that. No problem.
So I have a question for those watching. Have you already signed up to be a VIP for our Black Friday? Because this is the last week to do so. Because once you sign up VIP, then you get to use that code, which is 25% off, which is better than our Black Friday deals because those deals start next Monday. And it's 15% off. So as a VIP,
Right.
you get an extra
It is.
10% off plus some other things like giveaways, which we have a giveaway today.
Yes.
So we have all sorts of things going on. So if you haven't registered for the VIP Black Friday, better than Black Friday deals, it really is our best deals. They're not going to be better later. They're better right now, but they're going to stop after this week because our regular Black Friday deals will kick in on Monday. So please sign up. So if you've signed up, let me know in the chat. Let us know.
Yes, we're so glad you guys have signed up. We also, Bethany, over the weekend had a sort of a little bit going rogue, but not terribly. We had a little extra special thing that went on that weekend. If you were a VIP, you got a special coupon code in your email where you could get a free fat quarter bundle bag with purchase with a special code. And you were able to use that code along with your 25% off on your regular products, which we don't do. I mean, typically we don't do that. We don't stack coupon codes very often. Sometimes we have something on sale that you can also use a discount on, but we don't usually have coupon code stackables. But we had that as a special for just the weekend, and it's expired. It was just for last weekend. But if you're a VIP, keep your eyes out for more of those things happening. We have some other surprises in store for our VIPs during Black Friday month. I guess we can call it, during our pre-Black Friday, better than Black Friday specials, and during our Black Friday sales for just VIPs. So keep an eye on your inbox for those special deals, special discounts that are coming along. And we're kind of excited about those kinds of things as well. So you want to make sure
Carolyn said she's already put in her order, and that's why we did it early, because we know that there's a lot of deals around Black Friday, and we want to make sure that you're able to capture the best deals. We're telling you what the best deal is that we're going to have up front, and we're giving you more time to shop it so you can kind of spread that out throughout the month, because I know a lot of people are shopping for gifts, for holidays. This is a great time to add new notions or products to your sewing space, and then slap a sticker on it that says from your husband, and put it under the tree, and you can wrap it and be surprised. But like, get what you want, right? Like, there's some great stocking stuffers. We've got some great deals on our Flex sewing machine lights and the clamps and all of that. So like, if you have a sewing friend, if you've got a quilt guild or sewing group that's going to do a swap, a gift swap or a Secret Santa, like, these are great tools that anybody would absolutely love. So shop early and you'll get the better deal, and you get to knock that off the checklist a little earlier and spread that shopping out a little bit more. So helps out.
That just makes me think of something, Bethany. I would love to ask everybody here.
Yeah.
Because I think it'll be funny. How many of you have done that before? How many of you have put something under the tree and pretend it was from your husband? I used to go Christmas shopping with my mother, and I used to go on Black Friday. We would wake up at 3 a.m. and make the rounds, and we would plan it out during Thanksgiving with the newspaper, and we would go everywhere, and we would get all of our shopping done. And I would buy myself presents. And then my mother would, when my husband would drop my daughter off to, my mom would watch her when we were both working. She would give it to him and say, "Oh, I saw this when we were out shopping, and I know because I was with Melody, she would love this. So here, you could give this to her for Christmas." And so I knew what I was getting, but he thought that he was doing it. And now that sort of passed along to my daughters do that for him now. Like, they're like, I'm like, "Here, tell dad to get this," or they'll buy it and give it to him to give to me, or that kind of stuff. How many of you guys have done stuff like that? How many of you guys have either put it under the tree with your name on it and opened it and said, "Oh my gosh, how did you know that I wanted this?" and let them tap the credit, or let them think they have the credit, or enlisted somebody else to help with those kinds of things? Because I've done it so many times.
My dad used to always message me like 2 days before Christmas. What am I getting your mom for Christmas? And I'm like, why do you wait till now to ask me this? I thought you had a handle.
Yes.
There's been years that he's definitely handled it and gotten some things. But like, there's definitely been years that I'm the one going to the grocery, oh my gosh, the jewelry store or somewhere, and going, sending him pictures and like, what's your budget, and add to cart and buy all the things and get it. And then I have to wrap it. And so she kind of knows, but he was a part of the process. He just doesn't like to go do all the crazy crowds and stuff.
Yeah.
He's like, "Oh, it's my husband tomorrow. I should probably figure this out."
Yeah, he does not like it. He grew up without holidays. His family didn't practice celebrating holidays at all, and so he's still after 30 years of marriage, still kind of getting used to it. Doesn't quite know what to do with it. It kind of messes his brain up a little bit.
And then he married someone who's obsessed with it.
And so it's the yin and yang of life, I guess. Yeah. But so he needs all the help he can get. And originally, before my mom and I hatched that plan when we were first married, I would make him a list and I would say, here's a list of 10 things, pick one or two or anything off that list. But my list had to be like, if you go to Target, aisle 42, it's on the third bin at the bottom. Like that's what it had to say. And then I would be a little bit surprised because he would choose. Yeah. Yes. And here's the photo. I mean, that was back before cell phones, but like he would, that's what I would have to do. And so I would still be a little bit surprised, but I also knew that I would get something that I wanted. But I saw a couple of mentions in there about missing the Fat Quarter bundle bag. If you guys placed an order Friday, since you're here, or today, since the Fat Quarter bundle bag thing was
that was a secret special deal, wasn't it?
It was kind of a secret special. Yeah. Send me an email. Yeah. Send me an email at support@Caterpillar.com and I'll see if I can catch your order and get one thrown in there for you. So send me an. I would love to see what I can do if I possibly can. I would love to. I love Fat Quarter. I'm obsessed with the Fat Quarter bundle bags. So I am too. I love them so much.
That it won't come back at some other point during
our wink wink. It may be back wink,
either this month or next month. So, I mean, it very well might be a part of our conversation later, but we'll see what we can do. Do they make a glass mat without the graph lines, without the grid? We do not.
We don't. We don't. But this is my well-used, very dirty glass mat right now. I need to clean it. So ignore that part of it. The thing about the glass mat though, and we've had a couple of people do this and I have asked them, and it's worked out really great because some people have asked the same thing because they don't want the grid. And I will say, if you are absolutely, absolutely sure that you don't want that grid on your mat, you have to be sure, because if you do this, it's permanent. You can never go back. The screen print of the grid is on the back of the mat. And you can take a razor blade and you can scrape it off, because the razor blade will not scratch the glass because it's a tempered glass. So the glass will be just fine if you decide to do that. But please know that if you do, you can never go back because we cannot get it re-screen printed. You cannot put it back. So if you really, really know that you do not want it on there, you can get it off. And I've had a couple of people who have done it and they've come, I think it was in Paducah at one of the shows. Someone brought it and showed me and they're like, look, I did it. It worked. I was so happy, because she for sure didn't want it on there. If you're able to kind of not look at it while you're working on it, and because I use the grid sometimes, like when I'm doing stuff on my glass mat, I use that for measuring sometimes. So I want to keep it there. But if you really, really don't, you can actually do that. So
I've not thought of that. And the reality is our glass mats are not expensive at all. Like they're so affordable. So get one and keep the grid on it. Get a second one and take the grid off if you want.
That's a really good idea.
It's not a bad idea.
That's a really good idea, because like all of our lives so far that we've talked about our VIP that we want to tell everyone to make sure you sign up for. We've talked about our favorite products. Keisha and I did that again on Friday. If you do that, if you get 2 glass mats, I have my Ultra out today because this is one of my other favorites. I talked about how the Mini was one of my favorites on Friday, but the Ultra is really my other favorite because of the size of it all. But you can put 2 glass mats on your Ultra. You can have one with a grid and one without. And you can have that whole space available to iron on.
Now I need another.
You can cut on the glass. Now you need another one. I know, right? Yeah. So I can get this screen off. You can cut on the glass mat. Let me be very careful how I say this and very direct about how I say this. The glass will take a cut. It won't scratch. You can do that. However, and this is the cautionary tale about cutting on your glass mat, it will dull your rotary blade very quickly. We don't recommend you doing it a lot.
It's really slippery and dangerous.
It's really hard to do. But I've done it before. Like when I'm ironing, when I'm pressing out things and I need a little trim that I missed or something, I'll just do it really quick and it's fine. Because the glass can take it, but don't do it a lot. But those are just some questions that we always get.
I do not promote that. Because I've cut myself so bad with a rotary cutter, and even with clamps and whatnot. Like if you're trying to do it real quick, like that's like when accidents happen, and it is very slippery.
It is very slippery.
To cut. So I just don't mess up your fabric. Don't mess up your fingers.
Yes.
So if you can
it be done? Yes. Do we recommend it? No.
No.
You don't?
And it does dull your blade like really
It does
fast.
dull your blade really
And
fast. It does.
that's not fun. So yeah, someone
No.
said she found that out and wrecked her rotary. Like, yeah, like it's glass. It's not meant for that. But
It
you
is. It's not
can.
meant
It's just
for cutting.
also,
But
I don't know about you, Melody. The one time I did it, it made the way it felt and the sound made my skin crawl. Cutting on the glass.
it does kind of sound like fingernails on a chalkboard kind of a thing.
Yes.
If you don't like that, it's kind of similar to that. It's almost like a squeaky cutty sound, which isn't lovely. That's not good for me either. I didn't enjoy
fun.
that. So
it's not fun.
Yes.
So
yes.
we are going to be giving away something today in our live
Yes.
to one of our VIP members.
Yes.
Which is exciting. And do you want to tell them what we're giving away? Do you know what it is?
I don't remember.
It's a Glow Mini light board.
So you want to know a secret, Bethany? We went rogue and did that Friday, just for those that were on the live. We did an extra
instead of the one that was supposed to be on Friday.
No, we did both.
Oh,
we did both.
Well, can we give it an extra one today?
I mean, we don't have to. I'm just saying that's what we did. Haha. So 2 glass mats side by side. The mat does not overheat, Linda. If you see the videos that Diana from Laser Cut Quilts does, she uses the Ultra when she does her laser cut quilts because of the size of it. And she puts 2 glass mats on it and she uses it all the time that way. And I've done it too. And it has been totally fine, because the thing that's funny about doing that is like the heat that's on one mat stays on that mat. It doesn't transfer to the other mat. So the one side stays cool until you actually put your iron on it back and forth. And so it's really nice. So yes. Yeah. So let's do our VIP giveaway winner. So our giveaways are based on whoever, I have mine down here. Whoever signed up as a VIP.
You can tell I can't really say. I use this guy a lot. I travel with it. It's so well loved. So well loved.
I love mine so much. I love it. Like, it's the one now that I kind of have next to my sewing machine when I'm doing stuff and I need to quickly trim everything. Yes, perfect. I love it so much.
I put it in my lap. I set it next to me. It's always with me. So we're going to be giving away one of our Glow Mini light boards today, even though she gave one away on Friday. And I didn't know. Yep. She went rogue on Friday. We're going to behave on Monday and do this one. By the end of the week, anything's possible. So
that's right. That's true. The end of the week, we get punchy. Things are different by Friday than they are by Monday. But the Glow Mini light board, just if you don't know about it, it's got multiple light settings. And it's a really great size because most of our patterns are about 8.5 by 11, right? Like most of our patterns that we need to do tracing and stuff is that size. And so you can fit your pattern right on there really easy. And it's like the perfect size. I don't know if you can see that. It's like the perfect size for that. And so you can do your tracing and then you can trim your little tiny pieces out on it. Like when you're piecing your quilt and you've got to cut, Bethany cheats and doesn't measure. And she does her little triangle, her angles when you're piecing sometimes. But I like to make sure I measure and I can do that right on here. So, well, I just use my tiny little, I don't know where it went. I have this tiny little ruler for when I'm doing that.
Well, when you've done it as much as I have, you can eyeball a 1/4 inch with your eyes closed. You know what I mean?
Listen, I can eyeball a 1/4 inch, but I can't cut it straight. And I've learned that if I don't cut it straight and it's kind of wonky, things don't lay the way I want them to be. I think that might have been part of my problem with my runner. I think that might have been part of my problem because things were not quite. They were bumpy and fat and whatever, Yeah. So anyway,
Linda says that her Mini Glow light board stays in her Guild class go bag. She has a go bag that she just keeps those tools in for when she's going to any class with her quilting or sewing guild. And this is perfect for that. This is perfect. I take mine to sewing club that I do every month. It's in here a lot. I can easily grab it and take it and sit with it somewhere. Super easy to take on the go. Kids use these in the backseat of the cars to trace and doodle on. So it's not distracting to the drivers on car rides, or you can use it on the plane, which I've done. So many options. So we're going to give one away.
We're giving it away to someone who signed up to be our VIP.
We are.
Super
We
excited.
are. So just a quick reminder, our VIP Better Than Black Friday deals, the registration started last week. As soon as you register, you get a 25% off discount code, but that registration ends this week. So you have to register this week to be able to use that deeper, better than Black Friday discounts, because our regular Black Friday deals start next week. So if you're just tuning in, go sign up. Not only do you get 25% off all of our Caterpillar products and our Sew and Spill bows, but you also get entered into our giveaways. And some of you were talking about the surprise deal that Melody and I recorded some little mini videos, and we have them strategically placed in some random VIP emails that are going to be coming out this month. And our VIP onlys will be able to get some freebies when they place orders, but it's for like that day or that weekend, and you have to act fast. So be sure you're reading your Caterpillar emails and checking that. So you get so much more by just signing up. So it's just to keep you in the loop of all the things we've got planned. But we do have a winner, Melody, and I'm going to put their name up on the screen. Are you ready?
Ready.
Our winner is Deborah Wiggin-Payne. Yes. From Arkansas.
DeQueen, Arkansas. I love that. Yay. Congratulations, Deborah.
I love it.
Beautiful.
Congrats, Deborah. Amazing. We will be in touch to get this Glow Mini light board sent off to you. So congratulations.
Yes. So great. Linda said that her flip and fold is in her go bag. I love the idea of a go bag.
Yeah.
I love the idea of that. I think that's great, because when I went up to Keisha's house on Friday, I had to gather so many things because I don't have a go bag. I
wish you could have seen my car, Melody. For my girls' trip, I have a 4-door sedan, so I don't have like an SUV. But my trunk was full. The back seat was so full I couldn't even see out the back window on one side. And then my suitcase had to sit in like the front passenger seat. And then there was stuff in the floorboard. And then I drove 8 hours. I get to this city and I had placed the online grocery order, and I pull up and the lady at Walmart's like, "Where are we putting these groceries?" And I was like, "I don't know, but they got to go in this car." And we were rearranging everything. And then I had like 4 more miles to go, and I got there and I opened the doors and just stuff fell out of my car. And it took me 13 trips to go from my car up the stairs into our Airbnb. I was so exhausted, but it was so much fun. We had so much stuff. We all had our cars packed full. We all have our favorite tools. I brought a whole bag of Caterpillar stuff. So I took the Glow Ultra tote, and I had the Flip and Fold 48. I had 2 Flip and Fold 36 in there. I had the swivel in there. I had the Glow Premium 2 in there. I had my glass mat in there. I had my magnets. I had my clamps. And I even used it to take like all of my rulers I put in there as well, since it was a big enough tote. It keeps them all nice and flat so they don't break. So, I mean, I had all of my stuff for the girls to use. And we had all the stations set up. It was wonderful. So wonderful.
I told you, I was thinking of you all weekend. So jealous.
It was really nice to just disconnect, and
it's so nice to be able to do that. And just because like we get so busy, we have to kind of do that sometimes. Just block the time off to do that.
And it's impossible to find like the perfect time, but if you plan it far enough in advance and you put it on the calendar and you book the Airbnb, you're committed to that. And then you just make sure everything else works around it. And so that's what we did. And like, we've been planning this since last spring, and we've just been so now we're already planning our next one. Because before we even left, we're like, when's the next one? Because we just had so much fun. We even went to Target and got matching pajamas and like have matching pajamas on all day. Like just awesome. Fun, silly ladies in their 40s having the best time. And it was just great.
We all need that. We all need that. Yeah. We all need that. I think that's so great. I'm looking forward to this coming up weekend, similar to that. I don't have anything I have to do.
These comments are getting interesting.
Okay.
Eric's dropping links to products, but now they're asking Eric for links to other things that Caterpillar doesn't sell.
Gianna, I'm going to tell you, if we find a way to sell something like that, I might have
If
dibs
Eric
before you.
finds that link, I think a lot of us would mind it. We could all buy all the Caterpillar tools. Everybody gets an all-in sewing bundle.
Oh, that's amazing. That's so funny. Like I think Jenny's got a great idea to make your Caterpillar mini bag your
well, I
go
have
bag
that one
for.
So my mini here, I've got it sitting over here. I didn't take the mini because I was taking the bigger one.
Yeah.
But I have the tote, and then I put the mini flip and fold in there that we just gave away. And then I have the mini globe light board, and then I have the mini flip and fold, and all of that fits in here so well. That's why we have this tote. Is for like a mini travel bundle. So this is my go bag for my Saturday sewing club kind of thing.
Right.
Or if I'm going to local. Yeah. But if I'm traveling, I'm taking all my things.
Well, if you're, I mean, like if you could, if you can fill your car, like you don't, then that's the thing about those kinds of things. It's like sometimes when you go to do a thing like you did, like you're flying or you have limited space. So you have to make a really good plan of what you need for everything you're taking. And that's great because you can get those things done.
I'm a great packer when I have to fly, but when I have a whole car I can fill, I'd say challenge.
Just take everything, because then you have all the contingency plans. What if you need this, or what if I need that, or if I want to work on something different, like all the things.
Yeah. I mean, I had folding tables. So I had 2 folding tables and someone else brought 2 folding tables and we needed all of them. And then I also had my crock pot and my favorite cooking tools that I use, because you just never know what an Airbnb has. And I was making all the dinners. And so there was more than but it was 95% sewing stuff, right? Like
I'm sure. Yeah.
It was ridiculous. And I would say I used 80% of the sewing stuff I brought. So that was pretty good.
See, then you did great. That's amazing. You want to know a funny little fun fact about Melody Cloud over here? I have never stayed in an Airbnb.
What? It's my favorite hobby to find the coolest Airbnbs.
I have never.
The best Airbnb stories. I love them. I love hunting them down. I'm usually the one that books them, but I didn't book this one. But she did a fantastic job because there was 12 windows across the front of this house over a deck that looked out over a lake. And so we had a gorgeous view. All the leaves were bright yellow and orange. And we just had these big windows. And we didn't even have to turn the lights on. It was just so bright in the space. It was lovely. We had a great time.
That's great. That's so awesome.
Yeah.
But then when the sun went down, you had your Ultra to light your way.
We had all the lights that we needed. No, we had a great time. And
that's amazing.
Highly recommend that you book the girls trip. It needs, if you talk about it in the group chat, it needs to leave the group chat. It needs to leave. And it's go be crafty together.
Because it's the thing. It's so great. Linda uses the mini tote like you, but that goes in the go bag with your other things. And that's the other thing that I like about, and I talked about the mini travel bundle on Friday as one of my favorite things, because she is one of my very, very favorites. But this is, I know my daughter goes to Airbnbs all the time too. She went to Paris and got engaged and stayed in an Airbnb in Paris. Like, I'm like,
when I went to Australia earlier this year, I booked an Airbnb.
I've never done it.
Australia.
I've never done it. But
I stayed in a bus. I stayed in a bus that was on Airbnb, and I stayed in a tent that looked like Harry Potter's tent in the movie. And then when you entered the tent, you went down the spiral slide, and then the Airbnb was below ground. It was the coolest. I find the coolest.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
that's
crazy.
It's
so fun. It's so much better than a hotel.
Yeah, you should just pop on. We're looking at Airbnbs for Paducah because it's really hard to get a hotel room in Paducah,
and it's
because
more affordable,
so expensive, and they sell out so fast. We book our Paducah trips very far in advance, and we never get what we want. Like one time, we got what we wanted.
Well, if you need help sourcing or making sure it's a good Airbnb, send me the link to the ones that you like, and because I now am like I could sniff out anything that looks sus, like
good, because we would need that, Yeah, we have my daughter who helps us with that sometimes too, but she's working full time and going to school, and she's so busy these days. I never see her, but we might need your help because we've never done it. We've never got an Airbnb, but we stayed when we went to Iowa a couple weekends ago for a really quick trip, and it was so last minute. We couldn't find a good hotel either. Keisha and I talked about it a little bit on Friday. We stayed at one of our stores that carries our products, Scrapmania in Cedar Rapids, Iowa. She offered her RV in her driveway for us to stay in. And it was, I mean, when I say RV, I say tour bus because it was like a concert
like
tour bus size. It was amazing. And we did great. It was great. We did great there. So we're looking at those kinds of things to maybe do for Paducah this year. Because
it's a fun experience.
Yeah. So we're working on that. But
Linda,
how many of you guys have stayed at Airbnb? Someone else hasn't.
Yeah, Linda
Catherine said she hasn't.
Linda says that she's got a group of 10 crafters that book an Airbnb in Pennsylvania, and there's enough crafting space for 10 people. That I've done that before too. There's actually some great crafting spaces on Airbnb, but we just got a regular Airbnb and made sure it had like an open floor plan and just pushed the dining room table. So one person sewed on the dining, it was a smaller dining room table. And then we set up folding tables, but it was perfect. It was just the three of us. So it was fine.
I think that's great.
Yeah. You can convert any space into a craft space where there's a little
that
bit
is
of
true.
way.
You can, especially if you have like the Gold Mini and the travel bundles that we have.
Yeah,
but I when I travel, I don't like to have to clean up after myself. And so we've never done an Airbnb when we've traveled for shows.
It's not
and
bad
stuff.
though.
I don't want to do that. Although we in Paducah last year stayed in a hotel that was Keisha, remind me, I don't remember what the name was. It was like, it wasn't a Residence Inn, but it was something like that. So I had a little kitchenette there. And Keisha made me cook breakfast every morning before the show, which was fine. Yeah. But it was good because we could just do that in the room too. So, because then if we had leftovers, we could actually eat them later. Because, Paducah is a long trip. When you do that show, it's a long.
It is a long trip. But and anyway. Next time you go, let me know. Because I'm only like I drove right through Paducah. I did so good. I drove past Paducah on Wednesday and I was like, I'm not going to stop at Hancock's Fabric. I'm not going to stop at Hancock's Fabric. I'm not going to. And I didn't. And I behaved because part of it was I had no room in my car to put anything.
I know.
Out.
Where would you put more stuff? Where would you even put it?
I could have sat on it. I didn't care. But I was just like, I'm not going to stop. I'm not going to stop. I have all these projects. I don't need anything else. I really did need something for a specific project, but I was like, I'm not going to stop. And I didn't. I behaved. I kind of regret it now. But
it was a Homewood suite. So that's where we stayed in Paducah.
Yeah, they do have those little kitchenettes.
Yeah, she made me cook breakfast every day. Keisha's favorite meal of the day is breakfast. And I'm not typically a breakfast eater.
Mine's dinner.
But she breakfast. And I like breakfast fine, but it's not, I don't care if I eat it or not. But we made scrambled eggs and sausage every morning before we went to the show, which was really good because then we had like protein at the beginning of the day and the show was crazy. And so we were able to get through the day. So that's my little tip to you. Eat
book
breakfast.
The Airbnb, book the girls trip.
Book the Airbnb.
Make it around Paducah show or make it around a show in your area and you go to the show and so for QuiltCon, same group of girls plus a few more, we're doing QuiltCon in February together in Raleigh and we booked an Airbnb in February of this year. As soon as they announced where it was going to be, we went ahead and booked it. And so we've got, so we can just all like hang out and we have like, everybody has their own little space and it's just, it's a lot more fun.
Well, and when you attend shows, you get so inspired to create the things that you see. And so I get you on that. Like when I go to a show and I'm working a show, I get inspired to make stuff and bring stuff home. I always have to bring an extra suitcase. I always bring like a suitcase in a suitcase when I go to a show so that I can, see, that's what happens.
Lori says that her and I can go to Paducah to go to Hancock's together. I'm down. Hancock's, aka
Lori's coming to Paducah again. Yep.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome. That'd be super fun.
It's trouble.
Yeah, you guys are trouble. Lori, you're trouble. Lori's an enabler.
She is. But I'm here for it because I'm also typically the enabler. So
as am I.
I will not talk guys, about it.
As we go off on tangents like we typically do, we are so grateful that you have joined us today and that you're sticking around with us and our craziness. But it is better than Black Friday. This is the last week of it. It's the last week to register as a VIP. So please make sure that you do that. You will get your 25% off coupon code to your email right away that you can use before Black Friday. Scan that coupon code or that QR code. It'll take you right to the registration page. All we need is your name and your email. You can also add your phone number if you prefer text messages, which I've started to love, by the way. I originally wasn't sure about that, but I love it.
Instant. And
It's
you don't
so
have to
instant,
worry
and
about like your email accidentally sending your emails to junk or spam because it happens sometimes. And
it
so
does
like
happen
you know
sometimes.
you'll get the code right away. Here's the link as
Yes.
well that Eric just dropped right here. So be sure you register, even if you're not placing an order today and you're still shopping and thinking, register because we're emailing out surprise bonus freebies to our VIPs.
Yes.
And
It's
once you
special
register,
discounts,
you're in.
it's special freebies, it's all kinds of fun stuff that we're
Giveaway.
doing, that we're sending out. You'll also get all the emails for our actual Black Friday weekend. We've got some surprises coming up for that as well. So make sure that you're on the list so you can get all of those as well. Because that's, you know, we like to have fun. We like to add extra dillies. And like Bethany mentioned, it is for all Caterpillar products and tools and the sew and spill bows, which are so cute. And some of those holiday ones are just so stinking cute.
Yeah, it's the season. And we have our sew along starting Wednesday. So we have Wednesday and Friday.
1 p.m. Mountain Time.
Wednesday and Friday of this week and Wednesday and Friday of next week. So this one's a 4-part series. It's already scheduled on our YouTube channel. So go click the little bell or save those so you get notified so you don't forget.
Yeah.
But they're live, but you'll be able to watch the replay if you can't watch live. But we're going to go through this and we're jumping headfirst into it on day one with prepping and getting our applique ready.
Not to interrupt you, but let me just say, as a newer quilter, like my first actual quilt project that I made, although Bethany and I talked last week, and I just remembered apparently it's not my very first quilt I ever made, was the Riley Blake sew along in the summertime. And I've been kind of obsessed ever since then. Even if you don't have this kit, you have. Even if you don't have this particular kit, even if you are going to sew along with us for it, make sure you tune in, make sure you watch, make sure you catch the replay if you don't have time to watch. There's so many tips that Bethany gives out that has helped me tremendously in my quilting novice journey. And we have Corey, and he does the same thing. So we've got both of them there on Wednesday this week. I'm not sure if he's here on Friday this week. I think he might have.
It's just me on Friday, but he'll be here Wednesday of this week and Wednesday and Friday of next week. He's teaching another class on Friday. So we have him for 3 to 4 sessions, which is fine. And he actually
even just the tips that they give.
He has never done applique either. So he's going to be learning. You're going to be learning. Everybody else is going to be learning. Even if you don't have this kit, someone said that they're sad that they missed out on them. There are still, we don't have anymore, but this is a new kit from Riley Blake. So your local quilt shop or online shop could possibly still have a couple. So go try to find it. Just search the Riley Blake Tannenbaum patch.
Tannenbaum quilt. Yep.
Tannenbaum patch quilt. And if you get this kit from someone else, we've sold out of all the ones that we got. But if you get it from someone else and you still want to tune into our sew along, you absolutely can. We'd love to have you. We're going to be doing all sorts of stuff. If you're not making this kit, that's fine. Like I said, applique, quilting, all sorts of. I'm going to blow your mind with some applique stuff. Like I'm so love applique. You're going to die when you see the little buttons I bought.
I know you were looking for
embellish applique, so we're gonna go all out.
You might as well, right? That's so great. All right.
So yeah, we're in Rome.
So yes, we appreciate again. Yes, Wednesday at 1 o'clock Mountain Time is the sew along. Friday at 1 o'clock Mountain Time as well. And who knows? You know what? Maybe we'll go a little bit rogue Wednesday and Friday. They're not official. They're sew along lives, which are different than our product lives, but you know. I'll be there too, so you never know what'll happen.
You never know. You never know.
But
well,
so join us for those. The Christmas spirit I might have my tree finally down here.
You need to have your tree set up before Wednesday.
I know that's my goal. Because I might have to go get some more stuff for it because I don't know if I have the right stuff.
She says, sounds like I just have to take a trip to the quilt shop. Bummer.
Bummer. I know that's such a sad thing. And like, listen, if we have to be the one who gives you the justification to do it, I'm fine with that. Blame it on me. I'll take it.
Here's your sign.
Yes. Quilting is quicksand. Linda, if I could open this cabinet right here and show you all of the kits that I bought at all of the shows I've been to this year that I need to quilt. I know we all have a lot of projects that we have to make stuff, but this one, full. full.
And that's fine. There's nothing wrong with it.
I'm
I have
so
kits
excited.
that I bought years ago that I'm like, one day I'm just going to pull this out and make it. But right now I'm just making things for our sew-alongs, and that's fine.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, looks like Linda said she was able to order the pattern. That's
nice.
awesome.
Awesome. Good. All right.
So if
well,
you can do that, then you can use your own
fabric.
your own fabrics and embellishments and whatever, and join us with that. That would be great. That's amazing. That's fantastic. So join us for that on Wednesday and Friday this week. And Wednesday and Friday next week. I believe we're here Monday next week as well. I think we're going live Monday. That's the 17th. So yeah, I believe we're doing that too. Yeah. We're going to be talking to you guys so many times through the holiday season. I just can't even tell you. It's so great. We're going to be here all the time. But make sure you go sign up as a VIP. Get your coupon code in your email. Any Caterpillar products, anything that you've been waiting to get, now is the time to do that. It's better than Black Friday. Our site-wide sale starts Monday. Our site-wide Black Friday sale starts Monday, and it is 15% off. Whereas if you get a VIP coupon code, it's 25% off. So it's a great time to jump in and get that for sure.
And some surprise freebies in your emails.
And surprises in your emails as well, because we do that too. So yes, beautiful.
Well, thank you
Great.
for hanging out with us.
Thanks, everybody.
Monday.
On Monday. Ooh, Mondays are rough for me, but we did it. We got through it.
We did it. We had fun.
I need to go get some more caffeine. Yes.
Same.
Yes.
All right, guys. We'll see you on Wednesday for the sew along. Bye.
Thanks, guys.